Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful week. Let's get to it. A couple videos ago, I said Donald Trump has mastered the art of perception being reality. Yes, he is the ultimate finesser, the ultimate confidence man, but he is also dictating the narrative and perception being the reality. And the perception that he has been, and really starting as of the last month, is saying there's no way we can lose the election. That is the perception. It's not reality. It's not fucking reality at all. He absolutely, God willing, inshallah, could lose the election. But that's not the perception, especially among his acolytes. And yes, it is a fucking cult. He is their David Koresh. He is their Messiah. He has a messianic hold on his followers. Yes, the perception is that in no way, shape, or form can he lose the election. And he's laying the groundwork. And I personally believe that, and saying the only way we lose the election is if there's massive voter fraud. His controlling the narrative and mastering, perception being reality is something the world has never seen before. They will be talking about this in classes at Harvard and Yale 100 years from now. The man who is the ultimate confidence man, finesser, and mastered perception being reality. Dictating and controlling the narrative. Because the truth is, yes, he can lose the election. Yes, that is the truth. But that's not the perception. The perception now amongst his flock is that the only way he loses is by massive voter fraud and mail-in ballots and whatever else. That is the definition of perception being reality and the world we live in. The United States of stupid, the dumbification of America, the long-term pandemic of stupid that we're in. And as I've said time and time again, in no other time in history could a Donald Trump or Donald Trump even be running for president, much less get reelected. Or elected the first time in 2016. America has become stupid. It's a fact. But this is my other bold statement and prediction, because Donald Trump, it is a cult. He is their David Koresh. If he loses the election, God willing, inshallah, I think January 6th will look like a fucking Easter Sunday. I think it will be 10 times worse, because the fanaticism for Donald Trump has gotten that much worse. And he has dictated the narrative, the perception that he could never lose. The perception is that he's a good businessman. Bankrupt 7 times, but nobody thinks about that. They think about, I am a rich, wealthy man. No, you're not. But the perception is you are. The perception is that you can't lose the election. Perception, reality. That is the world we live in now. People do not care what the reality is. They do not give a shit what reality is, what the perception is. The perception is Donald Trump is a successful businessman, that he's wealthy, all types of other things, that he's a billionaire, but won't show you his taxes. But the perception is more important than reality, especially to his followers. So, what you are seeing now, and I want you to pay attention to that. What is reality, right? What is reality instead of the perception? Because the perception in Donald Trump controlling the narrative during this election process. And again, I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death if Kamala Harris wins. God willing, inshallah, she does. But I think January 6th is going to look like an Easter Sunday fucking picnic, because the fanaticism for Donald Trump has gotten even greater. The 2 assassination attempts, if they really happened, if they didn't, whatever, that's another story for another day. But the perception is is that he cannot lose the election. That's the perception. And if it is, there's massive voter fraud and mail-in ballots and all this other stuff. So buckle up. That's what I'm telling you today. Buckle up, because if he loses, it is going to be an absolute shit show. And the reality is, yeah, he can fucking lose. But that's not the perception. But what I'm telling you is, be ready so you don't have to get ready, because it's going to be a shit show. Lots of love. Stay safe out there, especially my people in Florida with the hurricane. Lots of love. Grande beso. God's love, light, hope, and joy. Be a good person. Do the right thing. Don't take more than you need. And fight like hell the next few weeks until Election Day. Do something.